Hey guys, Sean Taggy here, signing in for another video. This week I'm going to be diving in a little bit on some of the zip codes. So I'm going to be giving you a market update on 38116 zip code, 38118, and 38141. So let's dive into the video. So yeah, these three zip codes are zip codes that we typically buy in the southern part of Memphis, outside of the loop, south of Memphis. So I'm going to share my screen here for you and dive into these zip codes and see how they've performed over the years. So first off, let me open up into Tennessee, and let me show you 38116, 118, and 141 where they are. Oops. So 38116, we call it Whitehaven, so it's by the airport. Great little zip code by Graceland, so some Airbnbs, tourism going on, a hotel over here. Then lots of logistic companies, lots of people working at the Memphis airport. Macro view, it is the southern section of Memphis, 5-10 minutes from downtown Memphis. So, pretty good area. A lot more homeowners are starting to buy in here versus renters, so it's picking up. I'd call it a B-class neighborhood. So here's what I have. I have 3 years, actually 4 years of data on this zip code. So in 2016, the average price was 67,000. So I just have a year over year over year comparison. And then that was over, with the average size home, 1677 square feet, 40 bucks a foot. So as you can see, in 17, the average price was 68,000. So from 16 to 17 difference, we had a 1.5% appreciation, or $1,025. Then in 2017, you see the data. Then in 2018, in 38116, the home prices came up to 80,000. So we had a huge jump from 17 to 18, a 17% increase in average price, or average price per foot, 14%. So, I think number of sales, so supply and demand, sales went down. So we had 471 versus 437 sales, 18 to 17. So an 11 grand, almost 12 grand appreciation. That is huge, huge for Memphis. So this zip code in particular has been on fire. Then in 2019, the average sale price is 85,899. So an increase of 5,700. So a 7% appreciation, and anything above, 3% and 4% or 5% in Memphis is a huge jump. So this zip code, I really like it. I definitely suggest this zip code for my clients to invest in. Why is this zip code appreciating? Regentrification, a lot of houses getting renovated in this area. I feel like there's a lot of pride in ownership when you drive through this area, especially near the Graceland area and the typical larger house areas, like where houses are 16, 17, 1,800 square feet plus. So that is kind of my take on 38116. Also, I have June 19 to June 20. Here is the most surprising part is we're jumping up 17 grand from June of 19 to 20. So a 20% appreciation. And what's crazy to me is there's 10% more sales. So not low supply. I think that's just people coming out of COVID from, those few months prior. People haven't bought anything, so now they're buying. There's just low supply of inventory right now, even though more sold. So that's kind of my take on that. So wow, yeah, I would definitely consider this to add to our portfolio. So another great zip code that we buy in a lot and sell turnkey properties at is 38118. It is just east of the airport. I would say it's a little step down from Whitehaven in terms of class. I call it a B- neighborhood. Lots of, we've kind of gone into this, but there's the BNSF railway. So lots of train cars coming in with those, crates and putting them onto trucks. So a lot of logistic companies, warehouses, that ship things out either by air or train or by boat or by car as well, truck. So a lot of jobs like that in this zip code. So let's just kind of dive into each year. So 16, the average home price was 49. So as you can tell versus 38116, I mentioned a little bit lower prices, a little step down. And then 17, it was 58. So we had an increase. Let me get this number for you. 58 minus 49. We had an increase of 8,000 difference from 16 to 17, or a 16% appreciation. So that's awesome. In 2018, we had a 62,000 average sell price. So 62 minus 58, a 4,000 average home price appreciation, or an 8.2%. And then in 2019, we had a 8,000 appreciation as well. So another 14% appreciation. So this puppy has gone up a lot. So going from 19 to 16, a 22,000 appreciation. So yeah, I would definitely call that another pretty hot neighborhood, this little sub-market. What I think is a lot of investor activity. Rents have been raising in these two neighborhoods, actually in all of Memphis, but in this southern section of Memphis in particular. A lot of houses getting renovated and put back up into shape. A lot of pride of ownership occurring in these neighborhoods. And then they're so cheap, they're so lowly priced that it's really just in this day and age with low interest rates and all of that, it's just easy to get these types of houses. Okay, so now diving into the last zip code for this video, 38141. Okay, so this is yet again just going a little bit more east of the 118 zip code in the southeastern pocket. I'd call this zip code a step up even from 38116. There's also 38125 in here, pretty similar, 125 maybe even a step up from this, but I'll go over that one later. Yet again, we do a lot of turnkeys in this area, turnkey rental properties. So let's look at it. 2016 average price, 81. 2017 average sale prices was 91. So we had a huge increase in value of 10 grand, 12% appreciation. Then in 18, the average price was 97. So we had a $5,000 increase in home price, or a 6% appreciation almost. Then in 19, wow, we had a huge jump to 108,000. So a 10 grand jump as well. So yet again, man, just these three little pockets, these three little neighborhoods are going up, kind of the same logic there. Yet again, as you can see, we bumped over the 100 grand hurdle. I think that is huge. So here's kind of my take and my thoughts on this. I think that 100 grand, maybe 120, 150 grand hurdle starts showing me that it's turning into a homeowner neighborhood. So what I mean is, like, when a neighborhood is mostly all renters, like a vast majority are renters, they're not going to have as much pride of ownership. They're not going to take care of the properties as well. And also only investors are going to be buying in that area. So if investors are buying, they're going to want it low. They're going to want a good cash on cash return on investment. Once when homeowners though start buying in a neighborhood, when a neighborhood flips to where more homeowners are buying than investors, homeowners don't care. They're going to overpay, and they only need to put 5%, 3.5% down, where an investor needs to fork over 20 grand. So a homeowner is going to be looking more at the style, that, the area, also just it's affordable. So in those neighborhoods, that's why I think Memphis is really poised to blast off. Once when the general populace, if they do or if they don't, figures out that it's cheaper to own than to rent, we can be seeing some massive appreciation, and we already are, in particular in this zip code. So those are my thoughts for you guys on these three zip codes. Let me know your thoughts in here if you own any properties in these zip codes, especially if you bought in 16, 17, or even 18. You made a good choice there. You've seen some great appreciation year over year, and nice work. So that's it for today. This is Sean Taggy. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to keep putting out some great content. Thank you very much.